Rain on the way, and it doesn't look like it's going to literally amount to too terribly much, but Darren will tell us all the details.
You summed up the important part about this. It's not going to be a lot, but timing is everything, because what rain we are going to see is coming for the morning commute tomorrow, and there may not be much of a morning commute tomorrow for a number of reasons. President's Day, in addition to everything else. But the timing is still going to come right through that window. If you look at high-def Doppler right now, there's not a lot, but if you, take a close-up look, and you can see the showers are just starting to show up right off the coast. Not a whole lot there. In fact, if we stop that on the last frame and try and pull out some detail, that would be a good example is the misting that we're seeing on the lens on our cameras that sit up on top of the Mark Hopkins Hotel or the Salesforce Tower. It's fairly light. So let's take it from where it is now, put it in the futurecast, play this forward, and the light showers are on again, off again, really, until we get to the commute. Watch what happens here. That gets us into the overnight hours, but it gets a little more impressive once we get into about the 7 o'clock hour tomorrow. This is when you'd be more likely to notice it. And then from there, all the way into the late morning and early afternoon, here we are at 10:30 tomorrow morning, and there's still some pretty well-organized rain through the late morning. And then once we get into the early afternoon on Monday, not only has the rain turned off, but there are also breaks of blue sky showing up here, and we start clearing things out. So it doesn't last too far into Monday. In the meantime, here's what it's looked like all day. Real pretty time lapse over the Tri-Valley. This is our camera out in Dublin watching the clouds just kind of zoom by. Here's that misting rain on the top of the Mark Hopkins Hotel I was talking about just a moment ago. If we look at how much rain we actually get from this before it's all said and done with, we're only talking about 1/10 of an inch of rain here when you add it up. And you can see by the key, these numbers don't really go all that far into the green, so there's not a whole lot to it. We will get more snow in the Sierra, though. This is a much better story. We could pick up as much as a foot of new snow at the higher elevations up in the Sierra. So the thing to keep in mind on that is it's not going to be an easy drive. So this started at midnight, does not expire till 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. Winter weather advisory for anybody who's got to travel in the Sierra. Keep that in mind. Numbers out there are pretty warm, considering we stayed in the mid to upper 50s for a good part of today, and the low temperatures don't go a whole lot below where we are now. We'll bottom out right around 50 for the morning low tomorrow. That's relatively warm thanks to all these clouds. And then the daytime highs will come into the low 60s, and you'll notice this by the afternoon, because when we're hitting these numbers tomorrow, the rain will be done, and you'll be getting breaks of blue sky. This is like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. In the afternoon tomorrow, so a much better setup by then. Let's look at the next chance of rain, because even though we're going to get a break after tomorrow's system, there's another shot for rain by Thursday and Friday of this coming week. And look at the setup out here in the Pacific. We've got this long stretch of moisture trying to work its way towards Northern California, but it's going to get directed a little too far north. And you can see by the time we've gotten into Thursday, what could have been a great storm for us is once again going into the Pacific Northwest. And it's a bummer, because that one is going to be fueled by a beautiful atmospheric river. That's a lot of rain. We could have used it, but it's staying too far north, as so many of these storms have, and as so many of these storms will for about the next week and a half. I just played us all the way through February 25th. We maybe get 3/10 of an inch of rain here, while the Pacific Northwest picks up on over 3 inches. And just to show you that next system for Friday, it's less than 1/10 of an inch of rain at this point. So we'll keep you updated on it as we get closer to it. Just don't expect a significant rainmaker coming our way. And in the 7-day forecast, you can see that's the only thing I've got on there.